So is this gonna end just like I predicted it is gonna end? It's gonna end with the quirk erasing still happening. Well, the ending was a downer, but the rest of the chapter was just awesome. It's the Boku no Hero chapter 159, and this is me, the Angry Anime fan, the Despair Reviewer. The 8%, the Kasaki or whatever, are finally defeated. Or so it seems. Judging from what we see from the final page, I have a feeling we're not gonna see the last of them. Nor the last of Despair. This is typical My Hero Academia style, though. As Chrono wonder what happened to Shisaki, he mentions that apparently they have known each other since kids, and that if Shisaki was defeated, then he must have the finishing product and escape. However, he then decides to end, Eraserhead's life, despite everything of the quirk. However, Eraserhead is saved in the nick of time by Sun Eater and the police, who has entered the fray, and he has rescued Luminian. And then Froppi also comes to the place, as we see the place where finally Deku defeated Shisaki with one powerful punch. However, it's not over for poor Deku, as poor Eri's quirk is getting out of control. Shisaki, with one last of willpower, remembering all this time how he got in, how his father figure still berated him for getting into fights with other peoples. He still thanked this adopted son for protecting their honor. It's worth noting that this former guy never really had any aura of a yakuza, so to speak. He even said, "We can't lay a finger on honest folks," and Shisaki didn't care about honest folks. He summons one final punch. However, even that is enough, as Eri's quirk erases even that one. With that, Shisaki passes out as Ushako finally apprehends him. However, Eri's quirk is getting out of control, and if she's not stopped, she will erase Deku. Luckily, however, they managed to bring Eraserhead to the surface. As they open the quirk, as they open Eraserhead's eyes, he managed to erase Eri's quirk, therefore stopping for erasing Deku from existence, and she falls unconscious. The long battle with the 8% of death are finally over. With that, the police apprehends all the different villains, including also the guy that apprehends, and they must take Eri to a hospital. Elsewhere, however, they meet up with Night Eye, who actually reveals that Deku really did change the future. Deku was able to make Night Eye's wish true. All his life he has wished that just someone or something could break his absolute true future sighting. And Deku did. I don't know how, but I guess it must have been because he apprehended Eri. Then again, if Eraserhead wasn't there, then Deku really would have died. So, is this meant to imply that finally Night Eye will acknowledge Deku as the real holder of All for One? Or One for All, was it, right? But before they escort Sir Night Eye away, Deku says that that All Might is ashamed to look Sir Night Eye in the eye, but he is still alive. But you need to see each other. So with that, all the different wounded heroes are transported away. However, despair do not end there, as we see the truck that apparently holds the 11 members of the 8% of death, including their equipments, such as their racing bullets. And then they meet up with a truck. And what do that truck belong to? Well, none other than Tomura. You gotta be kidding me. Can an arc end at least with some hope? But no, it will not. As Tomura says, it's in shogi all you gotta do to take the opponent's king. So, what is he planning on doing? Well, the possibilities are many. He's either gonna A, take the equipment, including that of the erasing bullets, and then find his own way to do that. Because as I said before, quirk erasing and reviving that sounds like something Tomura would do. Although I do not know how he will be able to do that without Eri, but then again, they didn't say that Eri wasn't there. 2, he might just rescue the 8% of death and then force them to join his cause. Because 3, we cannot forget that Shisaki has one of the most broken quirks ever. And unless Tomura also has that one for all that can steal quirks, although I think someone said that only someone who knows the structure of the things he destroys can fully utilize Shisaki's quirk. What I meant to say is, if you think about it, I think Shisaki could actually heal Sensei, all for one. I think he could. I know, all for one is in the most secure prison in the entire world. But still, I'm just saying, Shisaki could heal all for one. And as my good friend Dustin Reacts had said before, he was his favorite villain, so he doesn't believe he is out of the picture yet. So I'm just wondering, is all for one out of the picture yet? And if Shisaki is going to be saved by these villains, then it's very likely that maybe Tomura wants to use Shisaki's quirk to heal his sensei. And if he did, then the despair is beyond ultimate. So whatever he is gonna do now, it's obvious that the villains are gonna win because, well, let's just face it, despair always wins. Hope always dies. So what happens to Eri, though? Well, I don't know. What are the Villains Alliance to do? You give me your thoughts if you have any.